LMD Magazine and EFM present Biz Talk, taking an in-depth look at today's biz landscape.
Welcome to another edition of LMD EFM Biz Talk. Today we're speaking to Mrs. Charitha Abeyratne Hettiarachchi, the founder and CEO of Saraii Village. Good morning, Mrs. Hettiarachchi, and thank you for taking the time to speak to us today.
Good morning.
To begin, could you give us some insight into the history and concept of Saraii Village?
Okay, Saraii is a sustainable travel brand which focuses on showcasing the unique, authentic Sri Lankan experience to smart global travelers of today. Most travelers now, they look for something authentic. They want to experience the location rather than just go for a sun and sand kind of holiday. So that is what we are trying to offer them. So how it came about was, Saraii was my MBA project. So I was at Colorado State University. I did a program called the Global Social Sustainable Enterprise. And that was all about setting up a sustainable business. So Saraii was actually the summer project that became a successful pilot project. And then I went in for a competition called the Venture Engine. And I was a finalist in that. And I was able to get, I think, around 11 shareholders who are in it for the long haul. We are trying to build it to be a brand. In the next 5 years, we plan to have at least 10 locations around the country and then go regional as well.
What are your thoughts on the current state of the economy, and what does Saraii do to set itself apart?
Okay, the tourism industry today, I think the travelers are quite different now. They're very smart. They really do their research before coming to a location. So, and they really want to experience the authenticity of a location. So rather than the traditional sun and sand holiday, I think people are looking for something unique. So that's why we feel that sustainable travel or ecotourism is the way forward. And especially with the country trying to also take a very green philosophy, I think it's the right time for this kind of differentiated tourism is exposed in Sri Lanka. And mostly we see a lot of people go on TripAdvisor. And if you look at some of their research, there is, I think, over 50% of people, they look for green solutions. And there are a lot of studies that have come out globally that show that people are willing to pay extra if they can, get a different experience that they can take back with them, which they will hold dear to them rather than just have a holiday by the beach. So that is why we feel that sustainable travel would be the best way to go.
Seeing as how this is a novel concept, what kind of services does Saraii offer, and how do you maintain the service standards of the hospitality trade?
So Saraii works mainly with the local community. Most of the employees that we have are from the location itself. Actually, right now, 100% of the employees that we have at the resort are from the location. Like if you look at the resort head, he started off as a steward at Saraii, and now he has graduated to become the resort manager. And we feel very proud that we are able to give employment back to that community. But the drawback in that is the fact that they don't have any experience in the hospitality trade. So it's they learn on the job basically. So to change their mindsets, to actually get them to appreciate the travelers that are coming in and to give that service standard is a little difficult, but we have been able to train them and talk to them and guide them in creating to give a differentiated experience. But now we see from our reviews and the comments that our guests give that the service standard is quite high. It's very, very good. And we work a lot with the local communities. So there's a different aspect there as well. So because we take our guests to the local communities, the farmers, the fishermen, and they would experience what they do for a living as an excursion. So changing that mindset is even difficult because there we are working directly with the rural communities. We would send our guests to a local farmer and they would have a meal with the local farmers. So there we have to train them or talk to them and let them know that it's not okay for them to go and approach them for money or, just to showcase what they're doing generally and not to overdo it, because that is also not what the guests want. They want to see the typical, the authenticity of experience. So we have trained and we have spoken to them and tried to change their mindsets and make them understand that hospitality is there to support, not just to look at what you can get out of one traveler, but then to make it a sustainable service.
Can you give us a few highlights from throughout Sarai's existence?
Okay, the first would be when I was one of the finalists at Venture Engine, because that actually gave the platform for us to expand. Now I have a great set of investors and mentors behind me, so that's one of the main things, key factors for Saraii to succeed. And the second one was TripAdvisor named us as one of the top 10 most extraordinary top hotels in the world. That's one of the, I think there are no other Sri Lankan hotel that has been listed like that in 2014 and 15 both. And we have also been nominated as one of the luxury hotels in the world in 2016. So right now the nomination is out, and there is voting that is happening right now. So in August we will know whether we are one of the top luxury hotels. And the best thing is in August 5th, I'm awarded as the Young Entrepreneur of the Year by the Women's Chamber of Commerce and Industry. That I think is an amazing achievement for me. I'm very proud of myself for that. That's what we have received so far.
What can we expect from Saraii in the future?
So as I said, we will be setting up our next location next year, and from there in the next 5 years we plan to have another 9 locations, and this would be in Sri Lanka and regionally as well. So it's all about bringing out this experiential community-based tourism out there to the world. I think that is something that people are looking for, and that is the future of tourism. And we have identified that, we see that it's working, and we see it in the revenue numbers that doesn't lie. So I mean, that's the best indication that this works. And we see a lot of Europeans that are coming in, then the Chinese travelers, even though they don't come for the authentic experience, once they come into Saraii, once they experience that excursion, they understand how effective sustainable travel is. So that is the future that we see for Saraii, and we hope to empower the rural communities and get them involved in every single location that we are at. And we are not going to have tree houses and mud chalets in every single location. It has to be authentic to that community. So it will be very differentiated experience and a travel accommodation option that we will be offering to the public.
Thank you for joining us today, Mrs. Hettiarachchi.
Thank you very much.
Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday for more insights from our business community. You can also log on to efm.lk and lmd.lk/lmdtv for a visual experience of Biz Talk.